Hello and welcome. In this series of video clips, we're going to talk about resilience. What resilience is, how you can build it and maintain it and increase it. As we all know that we run with a finite amount of energy. Just like your smartphone, we have batteries, but our batteries look different. And resilience is about how we can make our battery stronger, how we can make our battery bigger, and so that we can persevere when we face difficulty and we can bounce back when we are stressed. These are very important characteristics in life. We're going to talk about the foundation of resilience, the foundation on which we can build our resilience. And then we're going to talk about 5 different kinds of resilience and give you specific skills and ways that you can practice each one of these 5 kinds: physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual resilience. I hope you'll enjoy. Let's talk about the foundation of building your resilience. The foundation of building resilience is very simple. It's awareness. Why is awareness so important? Because we have the tendency as human beings to get into patterns. We form habits through our daily routines, and then those habits continue on autopilot. And for many of us, it's the habit of getting up, going to work, hanging out with our friends, and then going home to sleep again. And there's nothing wrong with that if it's working. However, we can continue on these habits of autopilot, these habits that we've just been doing for months or for years, even when life is changing around us, even when the situation is changing around us. And when things are changing, we have to adapt effectively. In order to adapt effectively, we have to break out of our autopilot. We have to break out of our old habits and have the ability to form new habits. It's perfectly normal, it's perfectly human to be on autopilot and to form habits. But in order to step out of that, we must have awareness. Awareness is the ability to stop and notice what's happening right now. And that's the moment when we can stop and notice. That's the moment when we can also be free to choose. As long as we're on autopilot, we're not really choosing. We're just behaving automatically. When we have awareness is when we can make a different choice or choose something new. So awareness is like a key that opens a doorway to resilience. One example of this might be that for many years, a person hasn't exercised or taken care of their physical fitness. They've been working very hard at other things and in fulfilling responsibilities and taking care of other people, but meanwhile, physically, they've gotten weaker or they're not as strong as they could be. And they can go on like this for many years. But at some point, perhaps a doctor says something, perhaps a friend says something, perhaps they realize something, and this is the seed of awareness. And at that moment, they can stop and they say, oh, I need to improve my physical resilience. And there's so many different ways to do that. But they have developed awareness. And then they have to bring that awareness into daily life and say, okay, I need to make 30 minutes 3 times a week to break out of my old routine, build a new routine that's going to help me build my resilience. There's 2 wonderful ways that you can start to build useful awareness. The first way is to simply pause and take 5 or 6 breaths and notice what's happening right now. What am I feeling right now? What am I thinking right now? So you can think of this as a moment of mindfulness, a moment of awareness. It doesn't matter what word we use. And this is a moment when you can notice what's happening for you. This is the kernel, the seed of freedom. When you can pause and bring your mind back, try practicing this for 30 seconds, 2 or 3 times every day. Practice it as you're on the bus or in your car or on the lift or talking on the phone or writing email or in a meeting. Just pause for 30 seconds and come back and notice what's happening right here, right now. Another way to build useful awareness is to start to keep a little bit of a diary. So at the end of every day, take, let's say 5 minutes, no longer than 5 minutes, and write down what happened for you that day. Write down some things that happened. Write down one thing you feel grateful for and one thing you'd like to improve. And set a commitment that you're going to do that for 4 weeks. At the end of 4 weeks, when you've taken 5 minutes a day to reflect and write about your life, you will have a more well-developed awareness muscle than at the beginning of those 4 weeks.